Hi there! Nobody asked me for an opinion of what Gabby Hanna said about how ADHD affects her behavior or something. I don't know. Something about. What'd she say? Something about ADHD, and the reason why she's behaving the way she is because she has mental illness. Right, so hurt people is the quote that I really dislike. I just realized how bad the green screen is at the moment, so give me a moment. Is that better? Why am I red now? Better. There we go. So first things first, my opinion on hurt people. Hurt people, to me, it's a bullshit statement. I don't like hurt people, hurt people. I don't like the quote. I don't like the phrase. I don't like whatever that phrase is applied to. Because in my opinion, it is still up to that person to think that it's okay to inflict pain upon another person. It is their choice. Now, I don't remember a moment when I've actively inflicted pain. Oh, actually, I do. um, when I look back on my actions when I was in high school, or when I was in school in general, I see now that I used to be a bully. I used to pull pranks on people who couldn't prank back. It could possibly be due to, well, fear, or what could come back to them, or it could be because they are just kind and not the type to hurt another person, knowing that this is what it feels like. Now, I used to do what I do because I thought it was funny at first. Then I gradually shifted to realizing that, yeah, maybe it's not so fun. And the reasons for why is because this, I'm not using this as an excuse. I used to see other people do it, other kids do it. And because they were doing it and they were having fun doing it, I started seeing that as a form of entertainment. And I participated, and I am guilty of that. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this story is because I did not correlate that to my emotional damage that I've gained in my past. Never have I ever blamed how my father has kicked me in the chest. For when, I don't know, I've whipped someone with a wallet strap, or, well, I didn't go as far as beat someone up, but I did tickle a lot. You know, when you hit the side of your belly, what do you call them? Like this specific area. Yeah, I used to poke that part a lot. And of course, people who I did it to, laughed because it was tickling them. But at the same time, they didn't appreciate that. But I continued to do it. But I continued to do it because I was just immature at the time. I didn't understand. And that is a guilt that I need to carry with me so that I don't repeat the same mistakes. I, yeah, I don't want to derail. Yeah, I want to stay on topic. Hurt people to me. Let me just turn this clock off. It's distracting. Yeah, hurt people to me is just an excuse to hide behind for people who doesn't understand that they have the choice of not doing the things that they do that causes harm to other people. I understand that with mental illness, sometimes it does feel like there is no other way when there is. It's just that it is hard to see. And the choices that follows that tends to be regrettable most of the time. Yeah, especially when it comes to depression. Self-harm is a thing that people just resort to because they want to feel something or they feel like there's no escape. But to yell or inflict pain, physical pain, onto another person and justify that because they were just to justify that because they had the same thing done to them is irritating to me. To me, that is an action of a person who was rotten from the core. And am I wrong in saying that? Although I do want to understand them, I'll do my best to cater enough to understand them better, to maybe look into them. Maybe there's something that could be done to wake them up from the cycle that they're trying to repeat. Sure, you could be frustrated, but it doesn't mean you can take it out on people. That is what I don't understand. I hate how that phrase is used to invoke sympathy on victims. So let's say another person were to go up to an individual, punch them, they don't get knocked out, and the person who punched just moves on with their day because they feel better now. They just felt like doing it. So now the victim is left there not knowing why it happened and now wants to do the same thing, right? But again, you know how it feels. So some people would realize that maybe if this is accepted, if this was the thing that was normalized in the society, then yeah, that means I get a get out of jail free card to do the same thing to other people. Maybe that's how people will rush Maybe that's how people will process this thought. But I know some people, including myself, that could understand the pain that they felt, wouldn't wish it upon another person. And I'm sure it's the great majority of the people. It's just the few that are incapable of processing that in their head. And the hurt becomes normalized for them, so much so that they think it's okay to do it to another person. So now that I understand. But hurt people to me is ridiculous. A person who never got slapped in their real life, if their personality is rotten enough, if they just lack empathy from the beginning and never learn to, will eventually slap another person. Now, if we're talking about hurt in terms of emotion, right? So you get yelled at when you were a child, so you repeat the same action, the learned action from the person who hurt you to another person. If it didn't make you feel good, then why do you do it to another person? Is it because it doesn't matter? Do you just lack the reason to care about another person? I don't understand. I can't sympathize. To hide behind mental illness, I can't sympathize. You don't hurt people because you're bullied or depressed or whatnot. I'm sure some people who actually does retaliate by, well, mass murder and all that, they probably feel cornered if they're acting out of, let's say, being bullied and depression. If it's a retaliation, I get it. But if it's not, that's when my mind goes blank. See, the example that I just gave right now is probably one of very few moments when you can apply hurt people, the phrase, to a situation. Yeah, this is not focusing too much on Gabby Hanna, but yeah, I just don't tolerate that, and I want to know more from people who, I guess, can empathize with people who are hurt, whatever that means. Cracking knuckles because I'm stressed talking about this. Yeah, I don't get it. I'm just going in circles now. Excuse me, goodness. Mm. Yeah, it's just gonna be me sitting in silence for a while. I'm just trying to collect my thoughts. With what Gabby Hanna said, oh, this is in regards to Jesse Smiles, right? And the accusation, and also um, the incident that happened with her and Escape the Night Crew with Joey Graceffa. No, I just can't. Stuff that she said about the way she hides behind ADHD irritates me to no end. It's not excusable. I just don't understand. I mean, it's also a waste of time to think about how Gabby Hanna justifies, her actions. Cause yeah, I mean, she's a well-known liar, proved wrong by so many people. Yeah, it's just I see this so often though. It might be just a matter of relatability, I guess. I just I just don't go out of my way to make people feel like shit. And if I do, I make sure that my intentions were clear. Like, I understand retaliations. Hmm. Hurt people hurt people. A dog is barking in the distance, sorry. Mm. Hurt people, huh? I'm just desperately trying to understand that. I still don't get it. I feel like I was onto something just now, but I lost it. I got distracted by the dog. Hurt people hurt people. Ah, now that I thought about it more, let's say in a situation where a person misunderstands what another person says, right? And they take offense to it. How sure can you be that you understood what they said? Like, there is absolutely no doubt. When someone gets offended by something, right? They don't really ask to elaborate. They just snap. That is the culture right now on internet. No explanations. They don't demand explanations. They want apologies. They want victory. There's no reasoning. And that's how I see hurt people. That is my interpretation on hurt people. Well, anyways, yeah, this video is gonna take too long. My summary is hurt people is a bullshit statement. Yeah, people who hurt people, they do it by choice. Especially in a situation where there is no retaliation. I mean, when people just does it because they lack care for how another person would feel when they say that. And if you would like to dive into more of what I just talked about, how you understand hurt people, you're welcome to discuss that in my comment section. You know where it is, you use YouTube. Talk about your experience with how you've been hurt by people who was hurt. And also talk to me about how you find that phrase to be applicable in any situation, because that's what I don't understand so far. I want to. So help me out. Yeah, help me out. My name is Shai, half Japanese, half Filipino, living in Brisbane City, Australia, currently 28 years old. I had a mind blank. Not single, kinda gay. Alright, that's it. Let's go.